Good evening, everyone. Welcome to fantasypoints.com and our live stream here. Pre-draft live stream, information live stream, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's good to be here with you on a Thursday night. It's good to be here in a little kind of a casual atmosphere with Mr. Scott Barrett and Dr. Edwin Porras. It's the first time I've done a live stream, I think, with a doctor. I live with a doctor. But this is the first time I'm doing a live stream with one. So welcome in, everybody. I want to say thank you to everybody who's sending questions on Twitter. I want to thank everybody who's going to be here in watching the live stream, getting your questions. Go to the chat function, people. If you don't know where the chat function is, well, just go to the live stream, hover over it on your live stream page. In the top right corner, there's a little bubble. Click on the chat bubble. Go sign in. It's going to ask you for your name first, and then you say something. So send your questions. We're going to be getting to them above all. But first, I want to welcome in Mr. Scott Barrett. Scott, you've been doing some huge-ass articles here the last couple weeks, including your My Guys article, which just went up, your bell cow or bust theory, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. How you doing, my friend? Good evening. And, hey, stay safe to everybody down there in Texas, in Louisiana, Scott. I mean, I know a couple days ago there was thought that Laura was going to hit you there. I know it bypassed you, but glad to see you're safe and here on the live stream.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Didn't lose any power, which means everyone's clamoring for my 96 stats article. So hopefully no delay on that, and should have it up next week. Excited to be here.
Yeah, a pleasure, and I'm just really glad everybody is. Hopefully, everybody's staying safe down there. Edwin, I'm not sure where you are. Where are you? California now?
Sacramento,
California. The Kings.
We are
one of the only franchises in the NBA more dysfunctional than my Sixers. Edwin, I respect your work. I love your work. If I hear the words Jones fracture again, I'm going to murder somebody. I'm sick and tired of it.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. And believe me, they're on the Philadelphia 76ers. But it's good to be with you guys tonight. We're only going to be with you here for an hour, so we want to really pop off, ask and answer a lot of questions. But I want to kick off with some of the news of the week, and we're going to get to Dr. Edwin with this. Edwin, I'm not sure you saw the video of David Montgomery kind of injuring his groin. Of course, this is what happens. These teams, the Chicago Bears, don't allow reporters to tweet live. And we actually had a text thread going from our staff members at Fantasy Points. We had a text thread going, and John Hansen had heard like an hour and a half before that news broke that David Montgomery was carted off at practice. Now, as Bear reporters alluded to, that can mean anything. That can mean anything in training camp because the facilities are a mile away from the practice fields. And if you have any sort of injury, they're going to cart you back. But you think the worst, but then we find out it's a groin injury above all. Did you see the video? What happened to David Montgomery? What's the best case and what's the worst case scenario given the reported 2 to 4 week time frame?
Yeah. So first of all, I did see the video. The video was sort of what you'd expect when he has this type of groin strain. And just to clarify right off the bat, groin strain equals
that's hair.
Athletic pubalgia equals sports hernia equals, they're all the same thing. They're all under the same umbrella. Core muscle injury, they're all the same thing. So if you hear all these different phrases running around, it's talking about the same thing. So it does seem like he potentially had less of a severe injury than initially thought. Typically, when you see those groin strains, you really see it have about a 4 to 8 week window where these players tend to come back. The thing about David Montgomery moving forward is that best case scenario, right? Absolute best case scenario. He's back by week 2. He keeps playing. It sort of bothers him throughout the season. We don't ever really hear about it. He's on and off the injury report, and he has another average year, right? I think the worst case scenario, is that this actually continues to linger. We see a situation similar to what we saw with Deshaun Jackson last year, and he ends up having to have surgery in the middle of the season, week 9 or 10, if we get there, obviously. But, and he ends up needing surgery. So pretty wide range of outcomes. David Montgomery was actually in my, I think, green light tier when it came to running backs. I'm bumping him down definitely to the bottom of the yellow light tier at this point.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, this is something, I don't know, can this linger beyond this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's eventually, it's get it taken care of, whether you wait it out or get the surgery. But We'll see. Hopefully it is minor. Obviously, no doubt about it, it was good news compared to what it could have been when you hear a guy is carted off with a non-contact injury, in which case, that could be a knee or an Achilles, which are obviously
not
as
ideal.
bad as it gets for a running back.